Shit. We're live. Okay. It's all yours,
Oh
Joe.
gosh. Oh no. I'm sorry, everyone.
We're live. All right. Hello, everybody. Tonight we are back after 1 week hiatus. I think we missed last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
Is that how time works? Yeah. We're back and we are still playing some Anvea, doing our first campaign playtest. Last time, you guys recovered a special helmet hat thing. Found the guy that made it. He said he has a shop that lets him do a whole bunch of cool stuff, but he doesn't have access to it because his helmet was lost in transit, and now people want him dead for that. So he asked for you guys to return it to the person that hired him to make it. And after that's done, hopefully people get called off of his shop. He'll be able to move back in and be a vendor for all of you. I don't remember if anything else major happened.
Not really. Basically, we just tried our best to extort money out of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's about right.
As you do.
Yep. Oh, you learned about the Moric fog, which is kind of like radiation stuff. It's basically the like magic residue from the nuke you guys dropped in the previous campaign. That it's like in some places it's actually just like this fog that if you're in it, then it messes with you and kind of distorts your body, causes people to go crazy, causes weird magical like things to happen. You saw some traces of that in Lewitt, who looked like most of his body was covered in these weird like purple scars, and it turned all his blood white. So not fun stuff. And you know that's like a lot farther north, and apparently the helmet that he was working on was something to deal with all that. So we pick up with you guys, I think, leaving Felttown, and you were traveling up north to Strendow. You were going to meet with, what was his name? Bolzo.
Okay. Let's do it.
All right. One note. I think everyone's in the Foundry thing now, right?
Looks like
Yep.
it.
Yep.
I'm just getting my character sheet transitioned over real quickly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can do that. Yeah.
That's to
Should
close the
have,
character sheet before I close the
character
game,
sheet
right?
PDFs in there.
Close the character sheet before you close the game. If you do it
Okay.
the other direction, it won't save it.
You think that would be something they could write in like a line of code to fix?
You'd
But
think.
who knows? I should actually pull up one of those character sheets too, just to reference. One sec. All right. So, as we set off on this first bit of travel, someone roll me a d6.
I would encourage someone else to do that.
I got a 3.
3. Sweet.
Also, thanks to my feat, Tempt Fate, I get to roll 2d6 at the beginning that I can use to swap with other people.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. So get those rolled out.
5 and a 2. Okay.
2 and a 5. All right. And you can swap those dice out even for dice that I've rolled. So you can take away a success, or if someone had like a miss on one of their dice rolls, you can replace that with a glance.
Heck yeah.
Or you could make it like 5 or 2 damage on damage roll. Either way. I haven't decided if, I think, because there's times when you're rolling non-D6 dice, I haven't decided if you're allowed to swap out a D6 for like if someone rolled a D10 or something.
All right.
let's say that you're just allowed to swap it out for anything,
I like that.
except for probably anything but a D100 roll. We'll leave it at that.
That might be a little
yeah.
unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty much always a bad idea on a D100 roll. Yeah. Okay, 3. Let's roll. And you guys encounter nothing.
Okay.
Because this next town, it's a really short trip between Belltown and Strendow. It's only like a few hours down the road. So there's a really short DC. So you guys make it to the outskirts. You are told that there's kind of like Strendow is kind of like a company town for Strendow Industries, and Bolzo is like someone that works for them, and they seem to be the ones that hired Lewitt. And you were told that they've got like an office that's kind of on the west part of the town. It's pretty easy to go head over there. Make your way in.
Where we're going, and that's where we should go.
Absolutely.
All right. As you approach, it's like a small, it looks like it's just kind of someone's house as you're getting to the place that you were pointed to. And as you guys are walking up, the door opens and you see some like pretty upset looking people leaving. You hear loud laughing coming from the inside. It sounds like a bottle or something's thrown. You hear like glass shattering and some cackling.
And this is
And,
like a
you see, like,
store?
you were told it was an office, but it just looks like a house. It looks like somebody's house. So someone seems to be like running their operation just out of their house. You were told you would meet Bolzo here. And you just see, as you're walking up, looks like 2 people upset with whoever they were talking to inside, and hear sorts of sounds of someone that sounds like they've probably been drinking a little bit too much.
Oh,
Going
I'll
inside.
stop one of the people leaving. Hey, man, like, what the fuck?
When you guys, what, you here for Bolzo?
Yeah?
Well, he's inside, but he's in his normal mood, so don't expect too much out of him.
Okay. Is like, there anything we should or should not say to keep him, from being a massive jerk?
Just don't address anything he does wrong, I guess. He doesn't like getting pointed out if he's overly angry or overly drunk, or any sort of criticism. He's not big on that.
Okay. What time of day is it?
I'm going to turn my camera for a second when I throw food in my face.
Okay. It's probably at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, shall we go in and talk to this bozo?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
So doors closed. You guys like knock or just open up?
Just open it up, man.
Okay. So as soon as you open the door, you're met with like this pretty pungent smell. Smell of someone that maybe hasn't bathed in a while, and lots of alcohol. And you see over like in kind of like the left side of the room, left back corner, there's like this kind of nicer chair, but it looks like it needs reupholstered. It's been pretty worn. You see a rather large fellow sitting there. He's got like a really messy beard, all sorts of food kind of like stuck to it. And he's got a bottle in his hand. And you see that there's like several smashed bottles and things that he's tossed around the room, it looks like. You see there's also like a table that's got some documents and like maps and things kind of strewn about it. Most of them are pretty stained with like either mugs or bottles had been on the table at one point, or just splashed at some point. But it looks like at one point it was kind of set up to be this nice, like almost maybe like a mapping or photography type office, because you do see like a lot of tools for that, but it just hasn't really been kept up. It's pretty disorderly. Yeah, he notices you and he just kind of calls out, "Who are you guys?" And he pops off the cork of another bottle.
Hey, man, we were sent to talk to you by someone, I don't remember who, about going somewhere.
Said to talk to me. I don't recognize any of you guys.
I don't recognize you either, man. It doesn't make you special.
Are you like intentionally withholding the name, or
No, it's just I don't remember.
Okay, it's Lewitt.
Yeah. Waiting for
Lewitt
one of
to
my
talk to.
compatriots to chime in and help me out here.
We're here to deliver a helmet from Lewitt.
Oh yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Lewitt. Oh, that guy just sent those two to go kill. Yeah. Wait, well, you got the helmet?
Yeah, you should stop them because he came through.
Oh, yeah. Someone should go get him. He starts like laughing, like that'd be unfortunate, I guess, if they left.
I'll go get him.
Yeah, we got some magical trinkets we gotta get paid with. So
All right, I'll run out, look around, see if I
Sure.
see him.
You still see them, just like kind of. You barely see like the back of them, but they're still like within eyesight. You haven't been in very long.
Hey, you two. Bolzo wants to talk with you again.
And they turn around and they both look at each other. You can see them kind of like exchange. They're like too far away for earshot. They don't seem to be like intentionally whispering, but they like just kind of talk to each other. One of them stomps their foot and seems upset, and they turn around kind of begrudgingly.
Nice. Once they get close, I'm like, yeah, it ends up that the dude you're hired to kill doesn't need to be killed anymore.
And they're like, "Really?" And then they yell out, "Bozo, is that true?" And you hear him chuckle. And he's like, "Yeah, I guess they got his hat thingy."
See?
All right, okay. What about the next
Hat
one on the
thingy.
list? He's like, "Oh yeah, that guy's fine." I'm like, okay.
Not also Lewitt, right? Not the same name twice.
Now this one's Davis.
Mm.
I don't know. It's Davis.
All right, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, Davis.
tell Davis we said bye.
They chuckle at that. But they head out. All right. So, who had the helmet on them?
I don't know.
I have a sausage.
I have it.
Oh,
I was like, yeah, I don't think it was any of us, but
Mm-mm.
maybe.
Okay. Yeah. So he's like, "Oh, I guess you guys got the helmet. Yeah, we were waiting for that. We had a whole like group of people. They were supposed to bring that back, but it's been probably like 5-6 days since I last saw my crew. I don't know
Well,
where
some
they're at."
bandits probably got them because that's where we found it.
oh yeah.
Like bandits, there was like 11 of them. I don't know how bandits would have got them.
They were just really bad
Oh.
at their job.
There were a lot of dead people.
I think those
They've
They've
bandits
been dead a while,
had
honestly.
machine
Yeah.
guns.
Well, how'd you guys find it?
No, we're just really cool. Like we showed up, we're like, "Pachow," and like they died.
You killed the people that had the
No, we
helmet?
killed the bandits that killed the people that had the helmet. Keep up, man.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's good you reclaimed it. That was a pretty expensive little ordeal. Yeah, I guess I'll take it if you want to set it over there. He like points over. There's like a kind of an open spot on a shelf.
Yeah, I'll go over and I'll
yeah.
clean off the shelf so that, like, there's space for only the helmet on there.
Mhm.
So I just imagine if it's not easy for him to see, he'll just wake up and be like, where the hell's that damn thing anyway?
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, all right. Well, man, you said all my men were dead? Like, they're not there either?
Yeah.
That's a problem. Because when they got back, they were supposed to be sourcing more materials to make more of those helmets. And
Wow.
the rest of the dealio.
Not anymore. But I mean, like, I'm not mad about getting paid.
Says, okay, well, I do still have some people that are waiting by the shop of Lewitts, and I guess you all wanted to pick up some of the slack of my now dead men. And takes like a big swig as he's saying that. It's like, I guess I could send someone to call them off for free, but you'll have to do a job for me first.
Makes sense.
And it's like, you guys ever hunt allopedes?
That's a
No.
name I've definitely heard of. I'd probably say unconvincingly.
Yeah. And he like has a big grin on his face as he's saying it. It's like, they're living in the trenches. They're pretty handy if you're able to hunt them. They're like these big old bugs that like to munch on all sorts of minerals, rocks, irons, and things. And because that consists of their diet, most of their shells kind of made out of those things. And Lewitt says something about the way it is in their shell makes it easier than just getting plain old iron from the mine. So I don't really question it. But usually we have to send a pack of people to go hunt them because they're not too fun to deal with. But if you guys want to go kill like an allopede or two and bring their shells back, then I'll consider that a fair deed. I'll pay you for it and send off some people to let him get back in his shop. How's that?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm fine with that. Kill a bug. We kill a bug.
Yeah. Let's go.
I mean, I got a hammer. Let's go smack a bug with a hammer.
How big are these things?
He kind of looks around. It's like, kind of like from the door over there to here. They're pretty long. So I think of like a dog, but like 8 of them in a line.
Oh, it's a human dogapede. Oh, wait. That's not right.
Oh, that sounds about right to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I,
So, like, they're about as long as 8 dogs stitched mouth to butt.
wow.
Is there
I
anything
don't
that's
stitch
like,
them that way, but I guess.
is there anything that like kills them in particular?
I've heard. I mean, they eat like iron and stuff, so their top shell bits are really, really hard. So I've heard that if you're able to flip them over, they're pretty soft.
They tickle the tummies.
Just
yeah,
imagine how
apparently it's all
goofy,
like
just
flesh
imagine
bits are under
how
there.
goofy an 8 ass-to-mouth dog would look when it rolled over.
Yeah, and then you gotta pet all their bellies and tell them that they're a good boy.
No, I don't.
Okay.
They're good boys.
All right, so we find
Yeah,
one of these
they're-
things, we flip them over,
It's-
and then we put a stake through its heart, like a
It's a good boyopede.
Yeah, they're. If you stab them there, I heard they bite pretty hard, and their legs also are pretty sharp. So still not easy, but I hear that's the way to do it. And finishes off his bottle, and he like kind of leans and hobbles his chair over to like the next bottle on the wall. He grabs another. He's like, yeah, probably two will do, depending on how big they are. If they're like a real little one, maybe we'll need like 3, 4. But as long as you've got like, I don't know. Let's see, we needed 2 links for the helmet. I don't know, just kill like 3 of them. And
Okay.
pops off the next cork. It says, if you take the mid road out east of town, that'll lead you down. And if you head south a ways, you should see like a little camp down there. If you head past that, I think that's where the last place my men went hunting for some allopedes. If you really get lost, that camp down there, they'll probably be able to point you in the right direction.
Sure.
They're pretty common down there. I wouldn't let anyone of the good-natured type know this is what you're doing. They're not really supposed to be hunted. So keep that quiet.
So I just gotta yell it was coming right at me first.
Oh yeah.
And then
Oh,
we
yeah.
self-defense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or I throw a knife
Yeah.
at it or something and say, it's got a knife.
Yeah, anything you need to do there. But just, yeah. If you're like transporting their shells and things, might want to downplay that a little bit. They're not really supposed to be killed. They're like endangered, something like that. It's been a big old fuss, but
I found it this way.
yeah, that works sometimes. Usually not.
Okay, just cross
You
that
think
one
it's
off.
sweet.
It's already been used.
I bet they've heard that one before. He chuckles. It's like, yeah, but bring me back some shells. I'll get them to the right people. I'll call off whatever, and Lewitt can come out of whatever hole he's been hiding in for the past few days. And we'll be all good there.
Okay. All right. Let's go kill these things.
All right.
Hey, right? Yeah, definitely.
All right. Guys, head out. He said, mentioned that if you take the mid road down, so you guys would know that mid roads are the name of like the roads that travel between like the upper levels and down. Some of the places have pretty like clear cut cliffs between the upper like previous ground level and down to like the newly exposed like lower surface areas. And then mid roads are like connections that go between them. Sometimes they're pretty big. Sometimes they're more just like paths that are not really maintained or anything. So there's varying degrees of like quality on those to be seen. Yeah, that would be you guys know mid roads are. So head over. If someone wants to make, I forgot to ask for this as you guys were doing like the last test, but whenever we set out to do a delve or like a travel, if someone wants to make like a navigate test, you could potentially score a little bit higher on that against the DC.
Is anybody intelligent?
No.
Wait, am
Cup
I?
of tea.
No. I'm not. I'll do it then. Unless someone else wants
And this
to.
would be navigate either desolate or Warren.
Okay, okay. Let's see. That'll be 3 dice. I got this.
Yes.
Look at that. I got a hit.
One hit. All right.
You are the expert.
Yeah.
See? I know things.
Roll me a d6.
I got another
cool.
6.
Ooh, fancy.
All right. Yeah, the initial check, if you pass it, it lets you like start off having rolled a die against the DC, and if you fail it, it just doesn't let you roll. You have to like go through at least one encounter before getting a roll at it. So, as you guys are traveling along this mid road, so you make it. The road that you're following out of town kind of turns into a trail at one part, and then as it gets like near kind of the cliff face, path widens a little bit. And it starts to kind of like descend into the wall, and then it loops hard to the left, and you see like it's this kind of winding path that you see travel kind of steeply down the wall, and occasionally like it loops pretty far out, and you can see it seems to be like open the whole way. And you see it just kind of descends farther than you can see down. So 6.
Sorry, I just rolled my
guys.
10 fate dice real quick there too. So
Oh, okay. 1, 3. All right. So after probably about an hour and a half while you're on the mid road heading down, you hear like clicking of stone, and then a little bit shortly after that, you hear what sounds like an animal of some sort. As you continue along, you hear what sounds like what would the sound of this be? Like a baying of sheep. It's the sound like just a bay. Forget the way you conjugate
The
that.
bleeding. That's it.
Bleeding.
Yeah.
The bleeding of a sheep. Yeah. So you start hearing like sheep goat sounds, bleeding. And kind of winds back and forth this way as you're going down the mid road. So as you come like around a turn, you see that there's kind of like this little nook that went in a little bit. And there seems to be like 4 or 5 goats that are just kind of sitting completely blocking the path. All of them have pretty big horns. Most of them are sitting. There's one that's kind of like prancing around a little bit. It looks like they've been kind of moving their way just vertically up the wall. There's lots of just kind of exposed bits of rock, so that looks like it's been hopping up, and they just seem to be resting here right on the road.
I wish I could climb a wall like that.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm muted. Nah, climbing's like, So we heard it?
Yeah, so basically you guys just come around the corner and you see that there's all these goats in the middle of the mid road blocking your path.
Are they looking at us threateningly or?
Most of them aren't, although there is one that's still like standing. Most of them look like they're just kind of sitting, resting, but there is one that's kind of like pacing about and stamping its hoof every so often. It's got like its eyes locked towards you guys, and it seemed to kind of like freeze in place as you walked around. What did you say, Alex?
I start to pull my sling out.
Okay.
Do we want to attempt to communicate with the goat diplomat?
I'll do it. I got this. Absolutely. I'll go up and I'll use my magic.
Okay.
And try and like
I guess talk with goat.
the goats that we're friends and we need help. So I'm just over there like, bah, dude, like, be cool. Magic, 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 magic as I wiggle my fingers at it. And I'm gonna use my mind medium.
Okay. Sure.
let's see.
You're trying to like convey to the goat
Yeah.
that you're friendly.
Oh, there it is. All right, so that'll be 5, 6, 7. Using my mind magic.
Get them with your mind.
All right, I'll take 2 hits.
All right. One meets the prior, and then the second hit adds to the effect. So you get 1 success against this goat. So the one that was kind of like stamping its foot, you use your mind magic to reach out to it and kind of give it this aura of like, hey, we're friendly, nothing to worry about here. And you see it kind of relax a bit. It puts its head down and like kind of scrapes it along the wall a little bit, and it walks up to you and like puts its head to the side for a little bit. It's gonna go and try and like nibble on part of your leaves.
I'll use my botany feat, and I'll provide it a D4 of my own flesh for it to consume.
All right. You see it like bite at it, and you just take a chunk of your
Just
your
pull off
leaves.
a love handle and give it over.
All right. And he plops down and starts munching on it. Seems to be totally ignoring you. The other ones all seem to be like they're kind of scattered, so I guess you could like tiptoe over them a little bit, but for the most part, they seem to be ignoring you guys now.
Look at that, guys. I saved the day.
And my book.
All right. Well,
You successfully
Red-
negotiated with them, or as they
Yeah.
say, negotiated with them.
I need to cast Fireball at Ezra right now. Well, yeah, no, I'll start moving through.
Okay. They seem to. Looks like most of the other goats were kind of like just laying down, but it looks like most of them were trying to key in on the goat that was still standing. So because you've kind of appeased it and they're not reading any negative energy to spook them, they all seem to be just fine waiting and letting you guys pass. So you're each able to tiptoe over. You make it past.
Hooray.
You did it good.
All right. So, you guys make it. The spid road's pretty steep and it's pretty narrow. So you make it down to the ground or the lower like trench floor level after like another hour of travel. And then you were told to head south once you hit the bottom, and that eventually you'd probably find like a little camp that would be able to direct you. Roll me a if you want to do like another navigate test or just a D6 for passing that.
Yeah. I hear a child. I got a 2.
All right, add that. Okay. So you guys are traveling south for a little bit, and you see that there's like this trench floor here. There's all sorts of different environments and places that you might see. Like it's not all just rocky. When it was first exposed, it was kind of like that. It was pretty desolate and just barren earth everywhere. But over the past few hundred years, as it's been exposed to the air, a lot of like forests have kind of expanded down into here, and some of the waterways that have run through, like there are a lot of places that have kind of grown to match the surface. But this is one of those places where it really hasn't. It's pretty rocky and barren still. And so mostly just like loose rubble and rocks everywhere as you're traveling down. You hear like the wind whistling between the walls as you're traveling. after another probably hour traveling south, you see that there's like this kind of big boulder, and you see a little bit of a smoke, like thin line of smoke rising over the top of it. As you round the corner, you see that there is what looks like a small camp. Has a single tent. It looks like there was a bit of a fireplace that was made there earlier. It's mostly burnt out. Just this thin wisp from the embers that are still there. And you see a body of like an older man. It seems like they've got like a crossbow bolt just wedged right in their shoulder area and poking through onto their chest.
And kind of like look at it and then like eyeball the boulder and see if like, the boulder shot him in the back.
Sure. Boulder doesn't appear to be armed. But yeah.
Can never trust a boulder.
There. Yeah. You just see like this man laying dead. There's like a small pool of blood. He was laying kind of like face down, with his head tilted to the side a little bit, right next to the tent.
Well, I took care of the last one. One of you, I can't carry this party like.
That's why I said, I'm looking to see if the rock did it. I'm assuming I'm gonna find something else. But
even think about the rock doing it.
That's how they get you.
Looks like he made it out of Jumanji.
Yeah. It does not appear that the rock is capable of wielding a crossbow. It seems to be a pretty featureless, smooth rock.
I know. The idea is I'm gonna look and see where the crossbow was shot, not the rock, but I'm starting with the rock.
You look and like the angle that this is hit him, like, maybe because he's kind of like by this fire, so like there's a chance maybe he was like sitting by the fire and he was leaning over and that's how he got shot or something, but like you don't really see a good way to get on top of the boulder. So
but it had to come from that direction though, right?
It would have come, it seems so. He's like, his back was to the boulder and he's like leaning forward towards the fire, like, so basically he's sitting leaning forward dead in a pool of his blood, crossbow bolt. To his right there's a tent, and in front of him there's like the little campfire. So if he was shot, it was probably like from the direction that you guys are like going towards. But
okay. Oh, maybe I'll look at the arrow.
Like maybe you rolled around a little bit or something, but that's what it looks like.
Maybe I'll look at the arrow and see what kind of arrow it is. If
I'll
it's
check the tent.
All right.
Natural to one type of crafter or another.
Sure. So you check the bolt, and it does seem to be like a bolt from a crossbow. It's got like a pretty crude wooden shaft, and it's got like insectoid, almost like beetle wings instead of like feathers for the fletching. And then it's got a not really crude. It seems like a pretty well-made head on the bolt. So that seems like to be the most quality bit of the whole thing. So it's got a pretty nice bit of iron on the front of it, but the rest of it seems pretty like crudely.
The Doggopedes must have done this. Now we've got justified cause.
Yeah,
They're armed. Get them.
And then if you're wanting to search the tent there, Jake, you can roll me. If you're wanting to like loot it to see if there's anything like useful item wise inside of it, you can do a find test.
Alrighty.
And I'll take a Warren or Desolate.
Can I help out with that as well?
Yeah, you can. You can both make that.
Dang.
Let's see. Oh, dang. Oh, oof. So many misses.
All right. You look through. There's just like a tent. It's made out of a pretty old, tattered hide. And it looks like there's a pillow, but you can see like the rest of it looks like it must have been scavenged through already. There's nothing really to grab from here.
I'll keep that crossbow bolt at least.
Okay.
Maybe I'll get myself a crossbow later.
It out of them. Yeah. So you definitely have a crossbow bolt. And that's just ammunition. So you can say that you have a crossbow bolt, but it doesn't take up any die size in your inventory.
Anything cool on this guy, or also picked over?
Yeah, he seems to just kind of be like you don't see anything on him. He looks like he probably was wearing like armor or something before, because he's wearing just like this really kind of tattered top. But yeah, you get the sense that whoever killed him probably took everything valuable.
Dang. They did our job before we could do our job.
Yep. Yeah. Seems to be the only person there. And it's a single tent, so it looks like he was probably the only one staying here.
So this could be those nature-loving types here, what with their funny bug bolts. Might do well to not get shot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Good thinking.
Yeah, getting shots never fun.
No, I haven't done
recommend.
it myself, but I'm not looking to try, honestly. I mean, look at what happened to this guy.
Like, what if we relit the fire and put this dead guy in his tent, and then we like hung out outside of the fire and waited for someone to kill him again?
That's a good plan.
And then we kill them.
Yeah.
Absolutely, reverse kill him.
Give him the switcheroo.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you could. If you don't really see tracks or anything from anyone that might have been by, although you could search for those. But you don't really, not really any good indication. The most that you see of like whoever would have done this is just kind of like the crudely constructed bolt.
I mean, they can't kill him anymore, but they can sure try.
Yeah.
And it's the trying that we want to see them do before we, try and kill them back.
That's right.
Sure. All right. Anything else you guys are wanting to do?
I think just generally be assholes. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's set up
That's
our
fine.
little fake guy at a campfire trap.
I like it.
Sure. Yeah. What are you guys wanting to do for that? Or
That's what I was figuring. We'll put him in the tent, so it looks like there's obviously someone in the tent.
mhm.
But maybe they can't see that it's him still again. Go ahead and light the fire, so it looks like throw some new wood on the fire. Looks like it's maybe someone walked over and is like, oh, look, a perfectly good place for me to camp tonight.
Hey,
Yeah,
Stroop,
you guys are able to move them.
how good are you at conceal? Like hiding and shit? Muted.
You're muted there.
I'm average.
All right. I want to kind of along this boulder on the floor opposite of the tent, kind of right at the edge of this little fire. I'm just going to pretend to be a plant. Hide there so I can watch. So that way, if we get a shot, I might have a line of sight on top of wherever you all are hiding at.
Okay.
Does that sound good, guys?
Yeah, and then you can watch as he sneaks up and murders us one by one. Say nothing.
Sure.
I might say something, at least for Stroop.
So you guys do find there is some more firewood. It's a lot of loose, just dead wood. So you are able to stoke the fire back up. you are able to drag the body back inside the tent too. There's still kind of like a pool of blood there on the ground, but it's
just kick
it's
some
like
dirt
in the
on it or
dirt.
something.
Yeah. So you could spend a bit definitely to move the dirt around. Definitely looks like the dirt's been kicked around, but it's a camp. It's not that weird. So there's no obvious like blood stain there on the ground anymore. And yeah, it just looks like a old man sleeping in a tent and a group of adventurers crouched around a little campfire with Chuck off posing as a plant.
Yeah.
Well, we're not hanging out right by the fire either. I mean, we're like out a little bit.
Okay. So you're wanting to
Next
like
the
hang
boulder.
back and try and like stake it out, see if anyone
Yeah.
comes by.
Yeah, I don't want to get shot.
Sure.
I want the old man to
and-
get shot again.
Yeah. So, yeah, you guys park over on the side of the road. If someone wants to do like a conceal test for the party, see if you're able to like kind of hide away. There's plenty of rubble and other rocks and things that you can make yourself cozy in to avoid sight.
Do I need to do a separate one? Since I'm not hiding with the group.
Yeah, if you're trying to like hide in a different way entirely, then yeah,
Yeah, I'm just pretending
you
to
want
be
to roll
a
your
plant.
own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4, 5, and this is nature?
Yes. So this will be either nature, desolate, or warren.
Alright.
For you, it's nature. For everyone else, it's desolate or warren. Because you're trying to like emulate a plant.
If somebody could like help cover me up, I would appreciate it.
I've got no particular context that would be helpful in that respect, unfortunately.
I'm gonna go
I
ahead and
have.
push.
Literally nothing that will help us.
Oh, fuck.
Oof. That is.
I'll turn one of those damages into a 2.
Oh, thanks, man. Does it work like that?
Sure
Yep.
can.
So you will only take 2 physical damage. Chuck, you decided to try and like, you thought, I look a little out of place just being a weed plant,
Yeah.
So I bet maybe if I like hide my roots under this boulder, that'd be a good idea. And you kind of like shift the weight of the boulder to try and hide your roots underneath it. And as you're going to like release the weight, it just crushes your
God.
roots a bit. So you've hidden the stem. You feel like you are blended in pretty good, but it definitely like crushed you a little bit underneath it. So
Oh,
Too
pretty
well.
painful. But you are considered hidden, just hurt. All right.
Do
and
either
then,
of you have better
for
than
the
a
other
2?
group?
I've got a 3 and I'll roll it.
God.
Oh, hey, go me.
Hey, there you go. One success. Yeah, you guys are able to find a little, like a rock grouping, and you each crouch behind that, and you stake out the little camp along the side of the road. And there is kind of like this rough road that travels through. I mean, it's a trench, like, so there's not really branching roads or anything. People kind of just walk along the middle of it. Yeah, you just take it out to see if anyone comes by. Let's roll. So after about a half hour, you see there's a group of what looks like 2 people. One looks a lot larger than the other one. They've got like a pack. They've got like a huge kind of, looks like a camping bag. Like you see bedrolls, all sorts of things. And then it looks like there's like a younger woman that's traveling with him. They both kind of like got cloaks over them. And she seems to be dragging like a small sled behind them. You see them coming from the south, going north, like towards the mid-road that you guys came from.
I'll watch
You guys
them, wait to
staying
see what
hidden,
they do.
waiting to see what they do.
Probably
Yeah.
it's just stay hidden for now.
Yeah.
See if they attempt to murder.
they pull out
Okay.
any bug-winged crossbow bolts, then it's time to go to town.
Sure. Yeah, so you see them pass by. They kind of like slow their pace a little bit as they see the camp. You see them kind of like look around. They like mutter to each other. You see them kind of be like on alert. They look around. It's the best way. How do you do GM roll in this?
Above the dice box where you type it in, you can just hit that drop down and you can change what type of roll.
Okay. There we go. That's handy. Okay. All right. So yeah, they seem to like look around. Check.
Yeah.
So they look around for a little bit, and as they seem to be like on alert as they're passing by, and they see you with your roots like crushed underneath the boulder, and they see them mutter for a little bit, and they call out like, "Hey, you need help?"
Oh shit, you recognized me? I was hiding, man. But yeah, I need help.
Oh, you're okay. You were hiding.
Yeah.
Oh, from what?
Oh, whatever killed that dude sitting over there.
What? And then they like look in the tent. Like, he's not sleeping.
Oh
Like,
no,
he's dead.
He's super dead. Something killed him. We're trying to lure it back.
Oh, okay. I can help you out if you want, but
Yeah.
okay.
Did you kill him?
And so no,
Okay,
we
that's
haven't
good.
seen this guy.
That's good.
I don't know who this is. And you see like the bigger burly guy. He like drops his pack on the ground. He walks over and he just lifts up the boulder and lets you like pull your feet out of it.
Nice.
I'll let you stay like hidden, but
All
yeah.
right.
sorry for that.
Thanks.
No, like he said he was like murdered. I don't know. I don't really want to mess with that. Like it was.
Yeah, someone shot him with like a real like crude ass like crossbow bolt.
I don't know. I've got an axe. She's got a dagger.
Does your axe shoot crossbow bolts?
Has not before.
That would be a cool weapon. Copyright. You can't steal that idea from me.
I think you're pretty safe on that one.
All right.
I won't plan on stealing that anytime soon. Yeah.
You know.
All right. Well, I guess have fun solving your mystery there.
Yeah. I'm not even sure
head
why
off.
we're solving this mystery. Guys, why were we even doing this?
Because we didn't want to get shot.
They get really paranoid as you say "we," and they start, like, looking around. You hear the voice.
Oh, we just answer, I think.
Yeah.
We didn't want to get shot.
Okay.
And you see him like lock eyes with like his partner as they're traveling, and he just kind of like does this. This is and they both kind of like all right, well, good luck with that. And
You guys seem nice. Have a good day.
Yeah, I appreciate the help. Like, you're all right, people. Good luck. Don't get shot.
like, all right, we won't. And you see them like power walk hurriedly past the camp.
Well, they were nice.
If only I
guys.
had a crossbow that I could have accidentally fired and just been like, oh, that one was on accident.
I'm tired of hiding over here. I'm gonna go hide with the rest of the group.
Okay,
Do we?
I will
Do
make
we
you reroll.
really
get
need
to-
to solve this?
Not really. I just thought it'd be fun, but now it's kind of getting boring.
It is.
Yeah, this guy's just dead.
Should
And
we?
he's got
should
nothing to
just-
steal on him.
Yeah. We should just go on.
If only we had a wheelbarrow to put him in and ask if anybody knew him somewhere.
Oh, that's a great
Yeah.
idea. To save weight, we could cut his arms and legs off. That way, we'd only have to haul his torso around. It'd be easier.
I mean, those are optional for identification on most people.
they really are. Like, if we they need it, we can just keep his fingertips.
Absolutely.
Just sew them onto a shirt so we don't lose them.
Make a little necklace and put it around his neck.
I like it. It's fantastic, guys. All right,
Nah, but I don't
obvious.
think we got time for that.
Yeah. Shall we go?
I guess. I'd like to imagine that we're hiding behind like rocks that are just like the right size for each of us to hide behind.
Yeah,
Like-
that's kind of what I'm picturing too.
Like four exact rocks that are just right for each of us.
Yeah. Yeah, all right next to the road. But, all right. So you guys pack up and head south still. Roll me a d6, somebody.
Not it.
Oop.
I got a 5.
Okay. All right.
5 arrows fly into my back.
So
It's all right, man. You won't go to waste.
you continue down the road. You see, like, there's a little bit of like kind of a dust in front of you. It almost looks like there's like a fog farther down. But then you see it's just kind of like this plume of dust that's in front of you. As you keep going, eventually, like the wind picks up for a little bit, and that dust is like pushed off to the side pretty quickly. And for a bit, it reveals what looks like a cart. It looks like there's someone dragging a cart down the road in front of you. You just see like the back of it and the wheels. It looks like got like a little hood up and stuff. You travel along behind of it. You're gaining on it slowly. Another few minutes pass, and you catch up alongside of this cart. You see that it's like a little, it's like a hand cart that's got just like the 2 wheels. So someone's just holding onto that, pulling it behind them. It's got this tiny shroud, several shelves. It looks like it's got like, it's hard to tell at first, but it looks like beetles or maybe roaches that are pretty big that have been like carved up and quartered, and they're just kind of chunked up meat bits. And you see it looks like a gnoll is one pulling it. And
They're known to be friendly or not friendly.
they're known to be they're definitely like they interact with stuff. They usually keep to their own. They're not usually super friendly with people from the surface.
Not instantly
one of the-
hostile, at least.
Yeah, not instantly hostile for sure. They definitely are the type that like prefer to talk to other people from like underneath before the whole fracturing of the surface and all that. But they're cordial. But yeah, he's just like wearing what looks to be colorful kind of merchant clothes, dragging the cart behind him. And like the sound of it too, he barely notices you guys until like you're right up past him. And then so as you guys pull up alongside, and he's like, "Oh, what are you all heading down this way as well towards the?"
So they're that way. Yeah.
What brings you
Whatever.
to the trenches?
It's a day in them.
I wouldn't happen to be hunting any roach beetles, are? And like drops his cart for a little bit. He's like, "I've got some prepared already. Save you the hassle."
Do people hunt those?
Oh yeah, they're great protein.
Oh.
Whisper
So-
over to Kevin.
Delicious.
Like, that's not the thing we're looking for, is it?
No. Hey, these things that you killed, how do you kill them?
Oh, these are little, and they're. I'd like to kill them from like a little ways out. Either a sling or a crossbow bolt is pretty good. And
I like crossbows. Hey, I've never actually held a crossbow bolt before. And being a plant dude, like it's an interest of mine, a chance to see some of my kind able to fly and like kill at high speeds? Because I kill at really slow speeds. Like, can I see one of your crossbow bolts? I'll give it back.
Like, yeah, I guess a wooden bolt. That's a morbidly curious way to think about it, I guess.
Yeah.
But sure. I mean, I've got bolts there in the pack on the side, and you see, like on the other side of the cart, he's got like a little what do they call it, quiver of some crossbow bolts.
I'll pull one out, look it over, take it over to Ezra. Like, isn't this thing cool? Just imagine, like, me flying as fast as this, just ripping through your body at high speed.
I mean, yes and no. That's great and horrifying.
Does this look like the one that killed the guy?
You see that inside the quiver, there's a few different, like, there's mixed matched bolts. So some of them look pretty nice, and then a few of them look kind of crude. But there is like 3 that kind of match the one that you saw before, where it's got like that kind of like crude stick iron, and then like
I might
like
just
I guess it's
vaguely
the
ask him.
elytra. I think that's what that's called, like the beetle or like the insect wing material.
Oh.
Elytra.
Ah.
Sure.
It's like that's what's being used as the like the feathers on the tips instead of.
Might just ask, like, do you make these? Do you use them, or just sell them, or buy them and sell them? I don't know.
Sometimes I take the spare wings from the beetles and fasten myself some bolts. So I lose a few every so often. I prefer to buy them fresh made. And he like pulls out one of the nice ones. Like, these are much nicer to, fly a lot straighter. But
Do you shoot them
sometimes the good
yourself,
ones is the
or
job,
like
yeah.
do you just sell them?
He's like, well, yeah. And, you see him like he's got kind of like a almost like a poncho type vest over, and he like slides it to the side. You see he's got like a crossbow strapped to his side. It's kind of folded a little bit. It's like, yeah, I've got my own I hunt with. It's my preferred way. And he's like, if this doesn't work, and he goes over to his cart, and there's like a little short sword that's got this really jagged serrated edge to it. And it's like, I use that sometimes.
That looks nasty.
Like, yeah, helps me saw through the beetle. They're got pretty hard skeletons to them.
Did you ever hunt any bigger game than beetles?
Why do you ask? And seems like you get like the impression that he's curious about like. Oh, it's weird. Like he doesn't know how to feel about that question.
I mean, like, do crossbow bolts work on things that are bigger than beetles?
Not particularly. I haven't really shot anything bigger than a beetle with a crossbow bolt.
We don't know anything that's down here.
Okay.
We'd like to not be eaten by giant.
I mean, like, do we need crossbow bolts, or do we need something bigger than that?
Well, I mean, there's not a whole lot of bigger things. Every so often there's the allipedes that run through. They love eating beetles, so every so often they'll come after my cart. That's the only time I kill them, I swear, is when they try and seems to be pretty much the only thing they use, other insects. Yeah, like my cart here.
Did you come across like an old dude a while back?
Old dude. Nope. That's that. It wasn't particularly old. It was like a bigger guy, younger woman.
Does that description sound? Oh no, not them.
It was the 2 people that.
Yeah.
helped us. Okay.
Like he had to
He
have
was
walked.
particularly old. I'm not too familiar with how long you human types live.
He would have had to have walked by the camp, right?
Yes.
Like, do we just ask him if he killed the guy?
You should. I think so.
Okay. Did you kill that old man back there? With this? That's gonna pull out the crossbow bolt.
Do you want to make any sort of like charisma check as you're asking him this?
Sure. I mean, that's basically my character's stat. So
Yeah.
I even have
Yeah,
social context.
Yeah, if you want to do like an insight or compel.
I'm equally bad at both.
Social.
It's no different. Gosh. Well, let me try and push it, I guess. Seriously?
Unfortunate.
Oh,
But
snap. Hey
pretty
there,
damaged.
lollygaggers. Welcome to the thing we're doing.
Yes.
Yeah. Interrogating a knoll to see if he killed an old man.
Not even successfully. Well, what I might do, just to keep me from taking damage already, is I'll replace my damage with a 3.
Okay. Sure, yeah. You take no damage then. Yeah, but you get no successes. So that was going to be like kind of just how he reacts to that question. It's pretty blunt. You ask, did you kill the old man that you saw in the path earlier? And he says, like, well, probably doesn't look good because you aren't really able to see the whole of it, but he, you know, just a little aggravated. And I asked if he wanted to buy anything on the cart. He made some remarks. Things got heated, and I the altercation, I guess, ended with a crossbow bolt. And
You shot him all the way in the back, though? I mean, don't you normally altercate in the front?
Dropped a lot faster than I thought he would. I didn't really mean to kill him with it. I just kind of meant to, like, stop him.
In the back?
It wasn't the back, was it? Yeah,
I was a lot like this, and I'll like get down and like, and then hold the arrow back there.
Like, I mean, he's got a slippery as he was running at me. Like, I don't know.
I think we're missing the important questions, which is
maybe like
what was it
popped out of
that
the back.
Yeah, but like what came up that got him shot so as to not get us shot in the future?
Ooh, I like that question.
I'm probably still going to be like acting like I'm dying on the ground. Oh, I'm dead.
And then he like looks at all of you guys. He's like, well, none of you have really mentioned that I'm a knoll.
I mean, we don't really care.
You're better than he is already. And I'll leave it at that. So you seem the kinds that more well-mannered than his kind.
I mean, only to a degree. Here I am trying to act like I'm him dying because it's kind of funny.
Yeah, we're kind of buttholes, but we don't like getting shot.
We didn't know him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he was a real asshole.
He was from the short amount of time that he spoke to me. But, kind of hard to continue those remarks when you're not alive to say them anymore, I guess. Any of you interested in these beetles?
Maybe we do need some of those beetles. Are they too hard to hunt? I mean,
no, man, I gotta pass on those beetles. I only eat things that were warm-blooded.
Yeah, these don't meet that. Like, is there a particular thing you guys are looking for down here? Like, most people aren't in this area.
I don't know. Some guy told us to come here and look around for shit.
You know what? I think
we're supposed to be looking for
like those one things you were talking about that are long and hard and stuff.
Oh, the anapeds?
I want to ride one. Where can we find those?
I want to ride one.
Yeah, man.
Well, Well,
They're not vegetarians, they're rocketarians.
Yeah, they pretty much only eat minerals and stuff. They pretty much leave people alone.
See?
They do go after like the roaches and stuff though too. Sometimes, like my cart's been intact as they've tried to eat some of the bugs I've had prepared on it. So something about that. But this would make pretty good bait for them. But yeah, if you wanted to see them, the last time I ran into those, it's probably about like 3 hours that way. There's like just a little bit of a cave that kind of opens up off the left side of the wall, like a small little offshoot of this main trench. I know there's a few in there. And
Okay.
probably get to that by the time it's sundown.
Nice.
Maybe we can take this crossbow bolt and tie a little bit of beetle onto the end of it, and you can hold that out in front of them while you ride them.
Yeah. It'd be
That's
probably
pretty
a little
cool,
bit hard to get onto at first, but they don't have much like upwards, mobility. They wouldn't really be able to do anything if you're above them. But that's also where they're most protected. So I don't think they'd care too much if you're above them. And you look like a light fellow as he's looking over at you, Chuck. He's like, so I bet you'd be able to sit on them pretty undisturbed. I don't know. Haven't seen unless you try to ride one ever, but I suppose you could do it.
Yeah.
First for everything, my friend.
He's like, how about this? If if you wanted to buy some beetle here, I bet that'd help you out. Probably be able to lure them out with this. Like you can usually lure them out with some rock minerals, but I don't see you guys having any sort of like, and as he's looking you guys over, he's like, I don't see any like, picks or anything for you guys to break some ore free. So if you're wanting to lure them out without just attacking him outright, some beetle would be a good way to do that.
I mean, we kind of came here well underprepared.
Okay.
You are traveling a bit lighter than anyone else I've seen down here, but
He's like, go down in the place and find the stupid stuff. And we're like, okay. He didn't tell us that it's dangerous.
Yeah.
it can be from time to time. This time of year, not so much, but sometimes things wake up early.
I don't like things.
Yeah.
They wake up early. Good to know.
Even worse, I hate waking up early.
Yeah, because then they're going to be just mad.
Mm-hmm.
And hungry, probably.
Mhm.
But he's willing to sell a D4 of roach bait.
I've got a D4 of coins, so I can. Goodbye, chance of armor.
You guys will get paid for this one too, so it'll happen. So yeah, if you're wanting to buy that, you'll exchange D4. Was there any like tag on the coins that they were like expensive or anything?
Nope, I still have those too.
Okay.
These were just coins D4.
Okay. All right. So you exchange that. He gives you like a little, it's like a little knapsack of some quartered up beetle bits, and takes the coins. And like, well, pleasure doing business with you. And he's like, yep, again, straight down. It'll be off to the left. You'll see like there's a crack that goes most of the way up the wall. Almost doesn't even look like another path at first, but it does veer off into one of the more narrow trenches. You should see some allipedes down that way.
Anything like we definitely shouldn't do around them, like if they don't like.
I really wouldn't bother trying to like. I mean, if you're trying to hunt them or something, I really wouldn't bother trying to attack them unless you've got them flipped over.
I mean, we want to ride it, but we just don't want to get it so pissed off that we can't ride it.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. I would also encourage not getting more than one of them aggravated. They pretty much leave you alone until you like stir them up. Definitely would be a bad idea to stir up more than one at a time though, because
Don't look at them directly in the eyes, or like don't wear flash the color red out of them, or
They don't really care about anything that like if you get like way too close to them, or you deny them food, they get pretty aggravated about that. Or if you start messing with their kin like right next to them, they seem to do that. But not really a whole lot going up here in them, so they're pretty out of it if you isolate them.
Okay.
we'll look for one that sits on its own, and we'll try and ride that one.
Yeah.
I wish you luck. Hopefully it's everything you want it to be.
Well, either we'll die or we'll have a great story.
I've got a great story already then.
Nice.
And he continues down, or he like starts like repacking, and you guys are able to like pass him along the road pretty quickly because he's dragging that cart behind him. Yeah. So you guys continue down. Roll me a d6.
We even solved the murder mystery.
Good.
Neat. And then we bought bug bait from him.
We did.
Tremendous.
Yeah.
What a day.
We even stashed the evidence that could have linked him to the crime.
We did. We're good people.
Pretty much.
How helpful.
Was someone rolling a d6 there?
Not it.
I will roll
I
it.
already rolled one, so someone else's turn.
I'm going to use my second roll to make that a 5 there.
Okay. Great.
Nice.
That exceeds the travel DC. So,
Not a bad use there.
Yeah.
you guys are able to make it basically uninterrupted. So you after like another bit, it's getting like closer to sundown, especially because it kind of sets early when you're down in the trenches because cliff walls and all that. So sunlight gets cut off a little bit early. So it's already dark in there. You do find like this other like narrow trench that kind of splits off for a while, and seems to like be pretty narrow as it bridges and it connects to like another larger open trench almost. So it winds back up after you pass through that. And so this would hit the point where it's up to you guys if you want to like camp out at night or if you want to try and like find the allopides and do that before and then like camp after. That'd be
I'm worried that we're going to find them and then get in trouble in the evening.
So we
Yeah.
camp and get them in the morning?
Yeah, maybe.
All right, I'm good with that. No complaints here.
okay. You guys are able to find a spot. As you guys camp out, who wants to do? I'll need like a few tests from you guys. A observe and a conceal test. Whoever wants to roll those.
You can roll a conceal.
I'll go for observe.
Hit.
What's
will
our
roll
context?
This would be Warren or Desolate.
Okay.
There's a
All right.
success.
Yeah.
I want to push that.
Okay. All right.
1 success and 1 damage.
Okay. So mark that, as 1 physical damage.
Cool.
So you guys make camp. Check. So as you guys are like putting camp together, you see like there's this kind of like small flock of beetles that are passing by as you guys are like putting your camps and things together. And one of them, like as they're passing by, you see like just starts nibbling on your foot a little bit, and you're able to kick it off. And other than that, it seems like you guys are not disturbed. This night goes through. You guys get a long rest.
Nice.
How much do we recover on that?
You double whatever your current health is,
Nice.
unless you have a feat or something that adds to that. Like some of the feats, when you start your rest, you gain HP, so that when you finish it, it doubles with more. Yeah. So whatever your like remaining HP is in each pool, you double.
I think like savvy was one, maybe.
Yeah. There's like one per each health pool. That gives you like extra healing when you rest.
Oh yeah, stalwart, stoic, and savvy.
Mhm.
Happen to have those up already.
Yep. So morning time comes around. You guys pack your camp back up. You continue down. You follow the instructions that the beetle merchant gave you, and you see there's like kind of this what would be the name of it? It's not really like a cave. It's kind of like a cutaway in the wall, as it like kind of slants inward. And you see that there's like a few places where there's been like some deep gouges in the earth, and a few of them are like you see like these longer centipede looking things that have this almost like reflective glint on their shells. Some of them are climbing like through those gouges and going into the earth. A few of them come out. They seem to like be pretty active in this area. They're chowing down on some ore that seems to be exposed in this area, and it's making this like horrible grinding sound as they're just like breaking up the rock and munching on it. It seems like they like squeeze it with their pinchers until it bursts, and then they kind of like poke at the dust, and then they just keep smashing it into smaller and smaller bits. But you do see a small colony of allopedes.
We gotta try and kind of sit here and watch it and see if there's any going kind of out of the loop a little ways, a little further from the rest of them. Maybe we can kind of tempt just one of them out of the pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So you watch them for a bit. They seem there's like a few like light along the wall that seem kind of like more active, but the ones that are further away from the wall that are kind of like grazing on the bits of ore and exposed rock, those ones seem to be a lot slower moving as they're just kind of stationary, munching on rocks, breaking them apart. So you get the sense that one of those two that are out separated would probably be the easiest to go after.
Maybe a dumb thought, but I imagine these die sometimes. Are there any just dead around here?
Give me a find test.
Okay. I mean, if we don't have to do any work, that'd be even better. Only I had slightly better dice. I'll go ahead and try to push that. Is that true? God dang. I am just not meant to succeed tonight.
All right. So as you go rooting around, you do not find any. So what you do find that, like you find as you're kind of like sifting through, it looks like you might have seen the carcass of one, but you just see like kind of molted shell bits of one. And it seems like it's all just kind of like waxy and doesn't really, it's all like more chitin and doesn't really look, you don't see any
not
like
so minerally
in that bit. Yeah. It's almost like the waxy exterior of it seems to be there. What you do find though is you do find like a few little like stone deposits and things that looks like they're mostly exposed. Maybe you'd be able to make use of those and toss them. So you get like a few clumps of good iron ore that aren't fully broken apart or digested by them.
Since we got a little extra bait to work with, maybe we do like the a piece of candy and just
Ooh.
make a little trail.
Yeah.
See if we can lure one out a little bit. That way we can tussle with them separate from the rest of them.
Sure. Yeah, whoever wants to do the bait. That would be, depends on like how you're wanting to go about it. If you're wanting to like throw it and make sure it like lands in the right place in front of them or whatever, or if you're going to try and like call them or something, like how do you guys picture yourselves like trying to wrangle them up?
I mean, I was contemplating maybe just like making a little trail starting with where we want it to go and just line up some little bits towards them. And hopefully, when one of them notices it, then we'll just kind of like go back to where we're hanging out and see if it comes to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when it passes us by, we tilt it over and get at its belly.
Yeah, maybe we got to have like a little something set up on the trail so then we can all just like collectively try and flip them.
Sure. So yeah, and also due to the nature of like the kind of like the scattered rocks and things around and how they're like in this little alcove, looks like if you were able to lead one around, almost have like the corner to have it so it's not within eyesight of the others. Looks like that'd be a effective kill zone for them. But yeah, so you're able to do that pretty easily. That's a pretty like passive way that you're laying them down. So I'm not going to make you roll for it. You're able to just distribute the little bits of bait along the way.
It's like a breadcrumb trail, sort of.
Yeah. As you like lay the closest one, you see it like kind of pause a little bit on the one that's munching, and it seems like notice that you're there, but it doesn't really react more than that. It seems to just like wait to see if you get any closer, but you deposit one in front of it. Doesn't immediately like react hostilely. And then you guys just wait it out. Continues to munch away the current one. It crawls forward, munches on the next, makes its way down, and until it gets like around the corner and it's munching on the last stone that you guys had. So
let's get them, boys.
Yeah, let's flip.
All right.
Yeah.
So
There's no way that this can go wrong.
Yeah. So what we'll do is whoever wants to make a force test, and then for everyone that's helping, add an extra d6.
I will definitely help someone
I'm
who's
helping.
hopefully better.
I'm tiny.
I'll make the effort. I'll make the force effort myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Are we actually all bad at combat?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
good at.
they're
I'm
strength.
not too bad at melee, but force no.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Tyler has the.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Tyler has the meaty character, the muscle dancer.
Hey, there we go.
There's a success in there at least.
Sweet.
Did you count all the helps?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that would have been Desolate or Warren. Or
I would have had those. Yeah.
okay. All right. One success though. Yeah, that's fine. That is plenty with it. It's not like aggravated towards you guys, so you just kind of pounce it on it. You're each able to like get on the side of it, and you kind of hook your hands underneath its shell and lift and flip it over. Kind of spaz it out and starts like clicking and chittering at you. It tries to roll and like kind of curl itself up, but there's so many of you along the side of it that you kind of stop that. You flip it, and it's on its back, and it's kind of writhing like a snake almost, but it's not able to right itself.
Now we just need to start stabbing violently into it.
Absolutely.
Sure. Everyone make me melee tests. Individual melee tests.
Who's doing this?
Everybody gets a shot.
Oh
Yep.
God.
Ooh, I got a success.
I rolled 2 dice for this.
I took a point of melee so that I wouldn't be rolling virtually no dice.
I got
Yeah.
a success.
Worked out. Sweet. Okay, looks like a total of what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 dice. So everyone roll like whatever your damage die, or like Chuck and Daniel roll your damage die for whatever your weapon is.
Boom.
Once, and then Jake roll yours twice.
Oh,
Got it,
yeah, that
guys.
sounds good.
All I got is a bow. So like, what's it's like a D4 for like?
A D4, yeah. If
Adding
you're just doing
an
like
arrow.
melee without a standard. Yep.
I got 1.
Okay.
You and me both.
That's 6 though. So they had 6 health. So with
Nice.
that,
You didn't even need
there's
us.
plenty for you guys to carve through. So you're just bashing them in. Like Dan, Chuck, and Alex, you guys are just kind of like poking at the legs, and then Jake, you just pop its head off. The whole thing like kind of writhes and stops. You've got 1 carcass.
1.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I wonder, do we need to like take the whole thing back, or do we just need to like burn the inside of this out and then just take the
One of
plates?
the shells,
like,
right?
looking
Just the
at it,
plates.
Yeah, looking at it, you can definitely see like there's much more of like this metallic, like it's almost like this silvery looking outer shell of it, but not on the inside. The inside it's got like that normal like insect black and brown, but on the top and the back it's got these like little shell segments that kind of click together that all seem to be made of this weird like metallic chitin.
So maybe we get a couple more and we cook the rest of the inside of them out, and then we just got less stuff to carry with us.
I
Yeah.
think so, man.
Yeah, that works.
Yep. And you get this sense too, they probably would even like stack on each other to like, because they're like long and like plate sized, right? So
Yeah.
you probably like stack a few of them together. Probably wouldn't be too hard to transport.
So we got to do this like 2 more times then?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said. Probably 2 or 3. That'd be enough.
So yeah, I'll roll this dead one out of the way then, so we can repeat step 1 again.
Yep. You were told too that they do like beetles and like other types of insects. So they might even like eat other ones. I know at least like centipedes in real life eat other centipedes. So
Oh, yeah, we can try that. We
Carve
can,
out some of the meat. And
eventually, we're just going to have centipede.
Absolutely.
oh man,
We're going to have a centipede.
centipede.
wow.
A centipede and a centipede and a centipede. Like someday a museum's going to look at this, or they're going to be like, what the fuck?
Someone was really bored.
I like it.
It was a dark time in our history. But yeah. So if you guys spend a bit,
centipedes.
I'll say if someone wants to make like a find or a craft test to scoop out this current one.
In theory, I'm good at find, although I haven't found anything today. It's warren and desolate still. Is that right?
Yeah.
I have neither of those. Look at that. I got one.
Awesome. Yeah. So with 1 success, you are roll me a I think 1d6.
That's not bad. Got a 5.
Okay. So that gives you, all right, you've got like another d4 of halipede bait.
Nice.
All right.
I guess we'll set him up and try and knock out the next one.
Yep. This time you'll have to use like the bug bait because you expended all of the like mineral bait that you found the first time. So
That's fine.
Now that you've got like basically this is enough bait for another 2. This, so we can have the next one play out. There was another one that was out by itself. So I'll say you guys do the same thing. You lay it out, kind of passively let it chew its way along over the kill zone. We'll do another group force test, and then individual melee tests.
All right.
That's 2 dice for me. Do we all roll force, or does we just add dice to Jake's?
It's the same add dice because it's like a coordinated, timed effort for that one.
All right.
And then everyone's like doing their own thing when they're meleeing.
I'll push it.
Okay.
Hey, there we go. Ouch.
All right.
But I get scuffed
So
up
you do
on
get
the
it
lens
flipped.
a little bit.
But as you're flipping it, it does get like a chomp into your arm, Jake. And the way this works too on the shared like push ones, anyone can choose who wants to take that 2 damage. You get to decide who it's divided to.
I'll take the 2.
So by default, it goes to Jake. But
Once again, we
all
can
right.
split it out a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Take 2 physical damage. Jumps down on you.
And then we stab.
Attacking me.
Kick the crap out of it.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Yep. Then it's flipped over. So each of you make your melee tests.
Oh yeah.
I'm pushing that too. Hey, there we go.
Another 2 damage, but you deal 1.
Yeah, I'm not pushing that.
Right.
We're so bad at
Right.
this.
Did it push?
Roll your d6, Jake.
Oh, I don't think it pushed mine for some reason. So
Okay. Yeah, you can do your push.
let me just
You should still
re-roll my.
remember your push.
Try again because it didn't. Oh shoot!
Yeah.
Just damage.
Mm-hmm.
Damage to myself.
All right. 5. It is still alive. It is barely though. Like it looks pretty beat up. It's mostly dying, but it's going to try and lash out at you. At Alex.
Oh.
It does an attack. As you're probably like on the tail end. It's got almost like the last segment of its shell is like longer and more narrow, almost like a blade. And it tries to like flick that bit into you. As it totally misses. I'm going to push that. Because it's kind of desperate. It's so as it's flailing, Alex, it is going to hurt you, but it also hurt itself. So it was so like, puncture wounded from all your guys' fights that it's like thrashing disconnects a segment of its body and it dies. But it does get that bladed tail into you, dealing 2 physical damage to you, Alex.
You can handle that.
So it wrestles itself to death.
Nice.
You now have another
All right, guys,
And
just
this might be enough. Like so basically you guys have enough that you could probably like haggle it to be enough. But if you like wanted to for sure just like not have to do a check when you go back, do another one.
I'm willing to do another one.
Yeah, I think I could take another good pincering.
And then I will say though, too, so the choice two becomes those were the only two that were like separated from the group. The rest seemed to be like along the wall. So this is going to be more of a test to like lure out one more. So it'll be like an initial test to lure it, and then another test to flip it, and then a test to kill it.
I'm willing to try if you guys are.
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. If you want to do, how do you plan on trying to like coax this one out?
I mean, it's going to be kind of similar. I think we're going to start the trail on our side, and I may use. This might be a dumb twist of it, but I kind of want to use my adaptability to apply a luck to this, where I'm hoping to luckily just time it right, where maybe I can get some food out in front of just like one of them as he's coming by.
Sure. Adaptability.
And
that's letting you like replace the stat, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least awesome. I think that's what it was. I could double check that.
That's one of the feats, right? It's the.
It was the racial trait for humans.
Racial trait for humans. That racial trait
that's
for humans
one
gives you an extra skill range.
Yep, I was mixing that up with something else. Never mind.
There is like savant, which lets you like redo. You change the.
I think that was a different game where adaptable was that thing.
Oh, that's possible that I had the same word as another one.
I mean, like
there is a there are like one for each attribute. There is a feat that lets you once per session replace the attribute that you're using. So you can, like the one for charisma is charming, where you can just use a charisma attribute on any roll once per session.
Luck is technically my highest stat.
I would say let's see. If you're wanting to do a test with luck, it's not really one that works there.
I was contemplating trying to take a wager and just pick one to throw some food at.
You could do a fine test to see if you've got like a lure or something, like maybe like a line or something. Like a fine test you can also use as like, do I have a tool?
Okay, that'd work nicely. Yeah, I could like try and like pull one in with some of the bait on a string.
Yeah. Okay. I'll let you do that.
I like the sound of that. Getting creative here, guys.
There you go. I got a hit.
Yeah, one hit. So with that, you're able to like kind of take one of your rope from your pack and tie a bit of your like beetle to it, toss it out, and you wait for one to notice it, and you start luring it towards you. Making use of that, and that gets that one separated, and that's enough to like start it down the chain of these like laid bits of bait.
Nice, and then I can get back there. And
same thing. You get it. There's the two other corpses pushed against the wall. You get the third coming around the corner. We're going to do another shared force test.
Get him, Kevin.
You want to make that again?
Yeah, let's do this.
Everything else.
Oh boy. I will push it. Oh,
Ouch.
darn it.
Oh,
Again,
That
that
puts
2
me
damage
above the
goes to-
threshold, unfortunately.
Well, it's a shared test, so anyone can take that 2 damage.
Oh, okay.
How are you doing, man? I can
uh,
soak that if you want.
I would appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. You get a few of your leaves like skewered as its legs are kind of kicking around. Check.
Yeah.
As like slips up a little bit as you guys are flipping it, but you get it over on its side. Everyone do their melee tests again.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm. There you go. That's a success.
All right. I didn't get a success, but I didn't get any misses, so I'm going to push. Yeah, same
All right.
thing.
Got a 6. Yes.
All right. Jake and Dan, roll your melee damage.
Nice.
Okay. Is that enough?
You guys kill it in one.
Yeah.
Be able to chop this last one. Sweet.
Cool.
With your third carcass, you guys are pretty confident that you've got enough segments of shell to make Bolzo happy.
Go. I might try and harvest the meats out of these last 2 as well.
Sure. Yeah, do another find test.
Okay. I'll give you two tests, one for each.
Mhm. Oh,
All right, and then one more.
hey, 2.
Oh,
There we go.
All right, roll 2d6 on that. 8.
Maybe that's
That knocks
good.
you up into the, yep. You get a d6. So as you're harvesting this one, you'll get a d6 of Alipede mandibles.
Nice. That sounds fancy.
Mhm. They are used as tools sometimes. All sorts of different people will be able to trade you for that in a shop. It can be turned into weapons. It can be turned into what are those are called? Lapidary tools.
What?
I
Stop
think we
making
looked
up
that word up.
words, man.
That was the word we looked at the other day.
yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely worth something. Cool. And then you guys are also able to get the shells in these, like, since it's dead, you're able to like separate all the segments out, and you now have a good set of these Alipede shells. And they have this weird, like, it's slightly flexible, and it seems like all of the metal that they've like chewed on has kind of been made fibrous in their chitin. So you get the sense that that's probably how they were able to make the like metallic helmet that you guys had earlier. It's like that's why it was so malleable and bendable. It's because it's almost like this biofiber iron mixed with chitin, and makes a good base for these sort of suits that they're making.
Nice. Well,
Right.
we'll definitely have to kind of bury these deep in our bags. And
Yep. Guys are able to pack them up. I think that's a good place to wrap because it's right at 11:57.
All right.
So we'll start the next session with you guys traveling back up, talking with Bolzo. So yeah, next session is probably just going to be returning these, clearing Lewitt's shop out, and then establishing him as a vendor, and all the logistics of that.
taking him for every gold coin he's willing to give us.
Absolutely.
And even ones he's not.
I like it.
For sure.
Especially the ones he's not.
And by that time, I should have some fun items worked out that we might get to test out.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, we'll do our experience questions.
Oh no.
Wrap this. So, did you participate in the session?
Yeah.
Everyone gets that? Did you acquire any fallout or debuffs? I don't think anyone got hit to the point of fallout.
Oh, we tried.
We did.
Almost,
Yep.
yeah.
Did any of you guys risk your safety for another player or NPCs?
I didn't.
Really? I don't think so.
I don't feel like we did anything particularly risky other than maybe questioning the murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty safe overall. Then did you guys complete a quest or objective?
Technically, yes.
I'd say like you guys got you haven't returned them yet, but definitely an objective was to find and kill these alapedes and get their shells.
I won't argue.
So yeah, I'll say like you definitely got something done.
This was an MMO. We checked a box. Now the next checkbox is to bring it back.
Did anyone perform an extraordinary action?
What's the opposite of extraordinary, like, but not like boring?
Mundane?
I was going to say mundane, but
Yeah, the not boring version. We did really stupid things and somehow miraculously succeeded, but I wouldn't call them extraordinary.
I
mean, there's always just ordinary. We did ordinary thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue that something really wacky that played out. I think because I gave it to you guys for that before. What was the one?
Did a Vulcan mind meld with a sheep and then
I
got
did
it
do
high.
a Vulcan mind meld with the sheep.
It's an extraordinary action.
Okay.
I mean, we did manage to handle the dangerous alapedes pretty easily.
Yeah.
I'll
let you guys take that.
Through planning. Extraordinary planning beyond our means.
Can definitely take that. Yeah, I'd say that. And then nobody died. So no extra point there. And those are all the experience questions so far. I might add more to that list, but right
I
now
got 4, so next session I'll be able to buy a voice.
I just got 3.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Cool. So yeah, next time we pick up, because they'll return, you'll turn in these alapede shells. You'll get paid. You'll be able to meet up with Lewitt at his shop. Not assassinated.
Thanks to us.
We'll see where the next leg leads us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
That it? Did we do it?
I think we done did it.
Thing.
Okay.
All over.
Well, Saturday
What's
night.
on the schedule?
Yeah, Saturday night over on twitch.tv/Grim and Perilous Plays. Jeff is going to be running us through some Heart, so check that out. Sunday night over on twitch.tv/Steam Steal and Murder. You can catch Jake and I playing some Shadowrun. Monday night over on twitch.tv/The Lollygaggers. Was it Joe, Dan, and myself will be playing some Holler? Is that right? Is that this week? Yeah, that's this coming week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Week.
I think so.
Yeah.
We didn't play this Monday, so we're playing this coming Monday.
Yeah. Wednesday, we're going to be kicking off our season 2 of Thunder Rift. The characters from the previous season were turned into gods and were given an undisclosed amount of time to exert their influence over the rift, and it totally went really fantastically weird. Now there's a Cold War state between a giant metropolis and the USSR, which is the United Skeleton something or other rights. Yeah, it's crazy. So we're kicking that off this Wednesday. We're going to be using the Fantasy Age system. This coming Thursday, we're going to be doing our session 2 of the Quiet Year for Watercolors and Warriors, because we're getting ready to spin up a Tales from the Loop campaign that's, being influenced by Over the Garden Wall. And then we'll be back here next Friday for more of this. Yeah.
got your whole rest of your life planned out.
Pretty much. Oh, and I guess Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. over on Grim and Perilous Place, we'll be doing Tiny Tina's Wonderland. So, like, really, from now until, you know, this time next week, and I mean, we just don't fucking stop. Come hang out with us on one of these channels every single goddamn night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Sign
Well,
us off, Joe.
thanks for watching again. We'll be back here 1 week. Continue the story. And probably got like another 1 to 2 sessions of this before we'll like wrap up this mini campaign. Probably like 2 more, I think. Then I'll do some revisions before we start the next leg.
Okay. That sounds like
Yeah.
I need to plan on coming up with what we're going to do while you're working on revisions.
Yeah.
Okay. I can do that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thanks for watching again. Everyone have a good night. Stay safe. And we'll see you.